And now the starter, first for the visitors, the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. A 6-foot junior, number 20, Keith Wright. 5'11" junior, number 24, Alec Craig. A 6-foot senior, number 32, Gavin Buzzard. A 6'2" senior, number 34, Neil Clement. And a 6'2" junior, number 40.
Back at Rochester High School for the starting lineup. First for the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. They have a record of 2-6. At one guard will be a 6-foot junior, Keith Wright. The second guard, a 5'11" junior, Alec Craig. The third guard, 6-foot senior, Gavin Buzzard. At one forward, 6'2" senior, Neil Clampett. And at the other forward will be 6'2" junior, Jared Dusenberry. Tippecanoe Valley coached by Mr. Bill Patrick. For the Rochester Zebras, they have a record of 1-5, or 1-6 now. At one guard will be a 5'9" senior, Alec Holland. The second guard will be a 6'3" sophomore, Jordan Reinhold. At one forward, a 5'11" senior, Wilson Lee. The other forward, 6'2" junior, Ben Perez. And in the middle of the night for the Zebras, 6'4" senior, Gavin Bennett. Rochester coach for Mr. Rex Reinhold. So as the crowd continues to filter in, here's what I noticed, Days. One of the keys last night for Tippecanoe Valley is Alec Craig. He played a really good game last night. I thought got inside that zone at times, got inside the free throw line, had a lot of great looks, couldn't knock him down. Tonight, he can barely stay out of the locker room from getting sick. He's got the flu or a touch of it or something, and you can tell just by his demeanor that he's struggling.
Yeah, a lot of times you can tell the mannerisms. If somebody's not quite feeling well, and with his ability to drive and ability to shoot, we'll see what he's got left in the legs too. You know, everybody's playing their second game at a back-to-back. It's not that unusual in the guys' game, but still, if you're not feeling well, we'll see if it affects his offensive game. Valley's going to need him to score, or at least get somebody else open.
I agree. Valley wins the tip. Alec Craig bounce pass to the near side to Buzzard. Buzzard with the basketball. Dribbles top of the key. To right, swings the left side to Clampett. Clampett works against Reinhold in the man-to-man defense to Craig. Drives it to the right elbow. Out to right. He'll fire left-handed three. It's off the rim. No good. Offensive rebounded by Dusenberry. The putback is no good. But a foul coming on Rochester. And that's going to send Jared Dusenberry to the line to shoot two for the Vikings.
Problem for the Zebras hopefully does not rear its ugly head this early, but offensive rebounds for the opponent have been really an Achilles heel last year. We've seen some signs where it was better this year, but early on, 20 seconds in the game, you give them an offensive rebound, which, like we say, about 90% of the time seems like it leads to a foul, too.
One thing that Tippecanoe Valley does really well, they play really good defense, and they shoot free throws really well. Dusenberry hits the first one. He'll have one more. Second one for Dusenberry is good again. 2-0 Valley with 7:37 to play in the first quarter.
And the Zebras did not shoot free throws well last night. I got to get that corrected. 8 for 20 is not going to win you a lot of games.
Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. In the consolation game of the Winning Edge Holiday Tournament, Ben Perez has his shot blocked in the lane. And Alec Craig comes out of there with the basketball. Craig pushes for the Vikings to our right. Craig in the road greens for the Valley Vikings. Kicks it out to right. Gives them the right side to Clampett. Looks on the block. Can't find anybody. Now top of the key to Craig. It sends left side to Buzzard. Down the corner to right. Right with the basketball back to Alec Craig. It sends top of the key to Clampett. Fakes right. Drives left. Takes it outside behind the three-point line to Craig. Alec Craig will back it out to the volleyball line and reset for the Vikings. Now Wright has it against Wilson Lee. Around Lee at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Buzzard. Bounce pass near side to Craig. Alex Craig gets the bounce, gets the kick on the pick and roll. The shot by Dusenberry is blocked by Bennett, but Bennett's going to pick up a foul with the body, and that's going to send Dusenberry back to the line for two for the Vikings.
I'm not sure. That looked like a great play by Bennett, but that's just good play up top. Tough angle to see that, but I thought that was a great block by Bennett.
So Jared Dusenberry, the 6'2 junior, back at the line to shoot two for the Vikings. It's on the way and good again. He's 3 for 3. One more coming.
Down here at the other end, like to see Ben go a little stronger. Last night he was battling against Fox, and that was a tough battle, but he did go strong. You don't want to see him back away from anybody but Valley. Ben Perez should go to the basket strong every time.
Dusenberry is 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Valley leads 4-0. As the entry pass goes into Bennett. Bennett back to Holland, and stolen by Tippecanoe Valley. Buzzard, middle of the floor for the Vikings, loses the hand of the basketball, and picked up by Craig right in front of the Rochester bench. No look pass to Dusenberry. Wraparound layup is no good. Rebound by Dusenberry. The putback no good, and Bennett just picked up foul number 2.
Once again, offensive rebound. Offensive rebound leads to a foul. It's going to be Bennett. No.
Oh, it wasn't
Wilson Lee.
Okay, I apologize.
Yeah, Wilson Lee, his first, but team's third.
Boy, it sure did look like it was going to be Bennett.
Big break there.
Yeah.
Especially by Gavin's reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, his reaction was too.
So Duesenberry back at the line. He is 5 for 5 from the arc in the first quarter. It's 5-0 Tippecanoe Valley. A.J. Knott comes into the game, and he'll replace Gavin Bennett for the Rochester Zebras.
5 for 5 from the free throw line in the first minute and a half. I'd say he's on pace for a record or something.
I would probably agree with that.
If this rate continues.
Jared Duesenberry's second one for the Vikings is good again. 6-0 Vikings. Minute and a half gone in the first quarter. Holland runs it through the center circle for the Zebras. High on the right side of Holland. Man-to-man defense by the Vikings. Reinhold has his pocket picked by Alec Craig. So much for the flu. Craig cross lane pass to Buzzard. His layup is good. And it's 8-0. Timeout Rochester. It's a 30. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Minutes, 17 seconds to play in the first quarter. The Valley Vikings lead 8-0 here at Rochester High School in the final year of the Winning Edge Holiday Tournament. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman.
I'd say exactly the opposite of start you want.
Yeah.
I mean, last night you get down 15-0, and now you're right on 8-0. This is, you know, you'd like to say, hey, guys, did you learn anything from last night?
Right.
This is the same kind of start.
We're going to have a foul down low. Is that going to be on Duesenberry? As he looks at the official and says, me? You got to be kidding me. So it'll be out of bounds to Rochester, baseline right, as Duesenberry does pick up his first personal foul, team first. Under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Again, the Vikings up 8-0. Knotts to look at it, the triggered in, baseline left. AJ slaps the basketball. Banks move, bounce pass Kinson's into Holland. Holland in the corner, now left wing pass to Reinhold. Jordan feeds down low, has his pass taken away by Buzzard. Buzzard pushes, middle of the floor for the Vikings. Pulls up from the free throw line, it's short. Rebound to Wilson Lee, outlet to Holland. Holland now runs to our left for the Zebras. On the block, rises up off the glass, is good.
Nice strong move by Alex. You know, he hesitated like he was going to pull from three. He got the defender to lunge forward. Now because they're able to go by him and finish at the rim.
Buzzard on the right wing, 8-2, Tippecanoe Valley. Craig has it left wing, out the free throw line on the pick and roll. Passing lane cut off by the Zebras. Now to right on the right wing. Top of the key to Buzzard. Drives the baseline does Craig. Backs it out to Duesenberry. Now top of the key to right. Sends left side to Craig. Three of the way is good.
No, I was just going to say, Michael Jordan was pretty good when he had the flu.
I was thinking that same thing.
But sometimes, you know, when you do get sick, you have to really dial it in and focus even more, and sometimes you do get a better performance.
Yeah. Reinhold's 15-footer, no good. Alec Craig with the rebound. In the corner to right. Right, left-handed three from the left baseline is off the mark, no good. Jordan Reinhold rips the board and runs. 11-2. Tippecanoe Valley. Alec Holland for three from the left wing is good. Alec Holland has all five of Rochester's points, and it's 11-5 with 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Alec Craig across the timeline right. Rochester in a man-to-man defense. Craig now the volleyball line, sends right wing to Buzzard. Looking down low to Duesenberry, can't find him. Now across the floor to right. Right against Wilson Lee, gives him the wing to Alec Craig. Craig with the basketball, no bounces, gives to Clampett. Three on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound fought for. Knott comes out of there with it and gives it to Bennett, who gives the head to Wilson Lee. Lee across the timeline. Right side to Knott, high on the right side for the Zebras with 4:10 to play in the first quarter. Valley by 6. Holland fakes a three. Nice defense by Buzzard on that far side. Now to lead left side to Knott. Knott feeds down low to Bennett. Backs his way in against Duesenberry. His shot is partially blocked by Duesenberry. Gets the basketball back. The putback is no good. But foul coming on Duesenberry. It'll be his second, and that'll send Gavin Bennett to the line to shoot two for the Zebras.
That's a big foul there. Obviously, as you said, Duesenberry's second. They've been looking for him in the post on offense for Valley. He's going to go out of the game, and nice job by Bennett to stick with it. You know, we thought he had a solid game last night, worked really hard inside, and looking like he can continue that tonight.
Bennett hits the free throw. Trevor Neely comes into the game, as does Bryce, Webster, and Dusenberry and Craig will come out.
Already a positive sign for Gavin. He was 0 for 4 from the line tonight. Knocked down the first one.
Yep.
That's good to see. Get those free throw back on track.
Rochester with this freebie has an opportunity to cut the lead to 4. Bennett's second one is good again. Nothing but net.
And the way these referees are calling this early, you might see a lot of free throws.
Yeah,
tonight.
you're right. Well, we've already seen, what?
8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, you're right. Webster at the right elbow. Neely, top to Buzzard, left side to Clampett. Clampett on the left wing behind the arc against Bennett. Top of the key to Neely. 3, wide open, straight away is good. Trevor Neely has his first 3 of the game. And it's 14-7, Tippecanoe Valley with 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Knotts with the basketball on the left wing against Wright. Drives it right inside the three-point line. Now backs it out to the volleyball line. Works right wing to Holland. Alec with the basketball against Buzzard. Works to the elbow. Shuts out on the shot at the free throw line. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Coach Bill Patrick doesn't like that call. But Buzzard's going to pick up a foul, and Alec Holland will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Zebras.
Well, I'll give him, it's consistent. That was the same kind of block Bennett had down there where we thought it looked clean, and he's calling on the body. You know, at least it's consistent. Each one's got that call.
Alec has 2. First one for the seniors, good. Alec Holland has 6 of the 8 points, and 1 more coming for the Zebras.
It's a free throw clinic thus far.
We're still 3:21 to play in the first quarter. Alec Holland eyes the second and lets it fly in. It's good again. 14-9, Tippecanoe Valley. 3:15 to play in the first quarter.
We've seen 10 free throws shot, 10 free throws made.
Wow. Yeah, we don't get to say that very often.
Right. I don't know that we want to see that the entire night, though, at that rate.
It's in to drag on, you're right. The Northfield-Fairfield game, or Northwood-Fairfield game may not start till 10. Clamp at top of the key. Between the rings, left side to Buzzard. Feeds down low to Webster. Backs his way in. Throws up a shot. Blocked. But I believe A.J. Knott's going to pick up that foul. It's going to send Webster to the line to shoot 2 for the Vikings.
Yeah, that was a pretty blatant foul there. A.J. wants to be aggressive, but when he comes swiping with that hand across and tomahawk that thing down, especially as tight as they're calling this, you're going to get that foul called 100 times out of 100.
Bryce Webster, a 6'4 sophomore for the Vikings, at the line for 2. First one is up and good, and it's 15-9. One more coming for Tippecanoe Valley. 2:56 to play in the first quarter. Second one by Webster's good again.
You're a fan of the free throw?
Yeah.
More dream contest so far.
16-9, Tippecanoe Valley. Rochester the basketball going to our left. Perez down low. Back to Clampett on the blocks. No good. Bennett putback is good. Gavin Bennett grabbed the rebound over Webster and put it back for 2 and cuts the Valley lead to 5. Neely, top of the key. Left side to Clampett, who gives them the wing to Buzzard. Buzzard fakes right, drives it left, sticks it outside to Neely. Now we're going to have a blocking foul on Rochester. Is that going to be a knock?
I think so. Yep. Foul on A.J. his second, team 5th.
Brandon Webster comes into the game, and Buzzard will sit down for the Vikings. 2:28 to play in the first quarter. Tippecanoe Valley by 5. Brandon Webster looks to get it inbounds. Does so to Neely between the rings. Trevor Neely, bounce pass to Clampett. Outside to Brandon Webster. Looks down low to Bryce. Nice job by the Zebras, cutting off that passing lane. Now to right on left wing. Wright drives it right. Outside to Brandon Webster. Webster dribbles his way to the top of the key. Gives to Neely. Left wing 3 is good again. 2:05 to play in the first quarter. Viking lead is back to 8. Holland drives it left and is going to be fouled by Webster. Brandon Webster on the drive.
Viking foul number 10.
His first, team's 4th.
And Zebras will make a line change virtually. Reinhold, Wilson back in. Brett Abbott will come in for the first time, and coming out is Holland, Knott, and Ben Perez.
Well, like I said, second game in 2 nights isn't a huge deal for guys, but with the way the fouls are going, you're going to have to go deep to the bench. Everybody's going to have to be ready.
Deshaun Heckman comes in for the first time for Tippecanoe Valley. Also back in is Craig. Abbott gives him the corner to Deshaun. Zach Deshaun also in the game for the first time tonight for Rochester. Now to Wilson Lee at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Abbott on the right wing. Abbott hesitates and goes to the basket, and Brandon Webster going to pick up another foul. With 1:50 to play in the first quarter, will be out of bounds again to Rochester, this time baseline right.
It'll be his second, team's 5th. Nice to see Brett get in early. You know, he didn't get into the fourth quarter last night. You know, got to the free throw line several times. Good sign that he's able to come back and play, get in this early. I think that's a good sign that hopefully that recovery continues to go well.
Buzzard back in for Tippecanoe Valley. Wilson Lee gets the inbounds pass, pulls up from the free throw line, and it goes.
2 for Wilson.
I'm not sure how many he's missed this year from the free throw line, but it has not been many. when he's taking a jumper from there.
10 to 15 feet, he's probably shooting about 75%.
Yeah, I agree.
Doesn't shoot a lot, but he seems to make it all the time.
Vikings with the basketball, leading 19-13 with 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Neely on the right wing. Neely gives top of the key to Buzzard. Thought about a three, passed it up now to Craig on the left side. Works against Wilson Lee, back to Buzzard, quickly in the right corner to Neely. Another wide open three is off the back of the rim, no good. Heckman with the rebound to Buzzard in the paint. Kicks it outside to Craig. He'll fire a three from the wing. Off the back of the rim, no good. Off the top of the backboard, and the rebound is grabbed by Reinhold. Jordan rips and runs for the Zebras with 67 seconds to play in the first quarter, down by 6. Reinhold outside left to Abbott. Red directs traffic on the left wing against Buzzard. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Drives it left. Jump stop outside to Deshaun, and we're going to have a travel. And it's going to go back to Tippecanoe Valley as Alec Holland will come back into the game for Rochester. And Zach Deshaun will come out.
You know, I think that's one of the things that's going to be a big test for Brett physically is the jump stop. You have a metal rod in your leg. Can he turn it loose and cut really and dribble really hard and come to jump stop? That's why he traveled. He didn't come to jump stop there.
And then maybe as longer he plays, the more he trusts that.
Right.
45 seconds to play first quarter. The Vikings with the basketball. Heckman on the right wing against Reinhold. One dribble to his left, gives him the right corner to Neely. Neely, one dribble to his left on the wing. Now to Craig, top of the key, crossover dribble, gives him Neely back on the baseline. Trevor Neely dribbles top of the key to Heckman with 30 seconds. Left side to Buzzard. Vikings lead by 6 as the first quarter coming to an end here at Rochester High School. No look pass to Buzzard behind the arc on the left side of the floor with 22. Craig outside to Buzzard with 18. Buzzard now to Neely on the near side of 15. And the pass is taken away by Gavin Bennett. Bennett ahead to Holland. Tipped away. Vikings have it with 8. And now we're going to have a reach-in foul on Abbott. And so the Vikings will have it with 7.5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Up by 6, 19-13.
And Valley's going to shoot free throws the rest of
the half. 7.5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Vikings have it. Craig crosses the timeline with 4. Alec Craig crossover dribble with 3. In the paint, gives it the corner to Neely. 3 at the buzzer is good. After 1, Tippecanoe Valley leads 22-13. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Quarter here in the consolation game of the Winning Edge Holiday Tournament. Right now, the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings lead the Zebras 22-13. And Trevor Neely come in phase and was unconscious from behind the arc, hitting 3 or 4 in that quarter.
Yeah, he didn't really check in until about the 4-minute mark either. And you're right, 3 or 4, and especially at the end, they did a good job finding hot hands. Zebras have to adjust. You know, he's shot very well from there. You got to play him tighter than normally maybe the scouting report would have said.
So Rochester will start with the basketball going to our left. Wilson Lee gets it into Reinhold. On the floor is Abbott, Reinhold, Lee, Holland, and Ben Perez for the Rochester Zebras. And here comes that 1-3-1 zone they were working on here in the pregame when I got here as early as I did.
Yeah, that's a Valley staple from the last several years, is that 1-3-1.
Pass is taken away by Alec Craig, and he loses the handle and double dribbles.
You know, it's a different look because Tanner Andrews, I remember, they usually have about a 6'4" guy up at the top. They like to have that when they're really going, but they've run that very well over Coach Patrick's career here.
Have the three-quarter court, full-court press. Three-quarter court press, I should say. Lee over the top of the defense to Reinhold, high on the right side. In the corner to Holland, gives to Reinhold, down low. Reinhold to Perez, throws up a shot, no good. Rebound fought for him. Reinhold comes out of the with a leader off the glasses, no good. And the rebound to Clampett. Clampett with the basketball, pushes ahead for Tippecanoe Valley. Right now the Vikings lead is 9, their biggest of the night. It's 22-13. Right on the right wing for Tippecanoe Valley. Since top of the key to Buzzard. Buzzard now left side of Craig. Alec Craig against Brett Abbott drives it right at the free throw line. Now to Clampett. Gives back to Buzzard. Buzzard on the right wing for the Vikings. At the right elbow to right. Left side to Clampett. Clampett. Alec Craig to right in the paint. Over the top of the defense to Buzzard. Buzzard behind the arc, top of the key. Now to right, quickly in the corner. To Clampett. He thought about it, passed it up. Now to Craig, he penetrates, kicks it out to Clampett. His three is good. Neil Clampett has his first three of the game. And now the Vikings are up by 12 at 25-13.
Third different Valley player to hit a three.
Abbott at the free throw line. Now in the paint, goes to the basket, throws up a shot. We're going to have a charge on Brett Abbott, and that'll be his second.
There again, if he can make that jump stop, the guy was sitting there kind of waiting for him.
Zach Deshawn and Gavin Bennett will come back in. Abbott and Perez will come out. Also back in, I believe, Neely. Yeah, Alec Craig comes out. I think that's gonna be the theme of the night.
Yeah.
Let him play for a while and get him out and get some rest and fluids.
Yep.
6:25 to play, first half. Vikings up 25-13. Right around the defense, gives to Neely, bounce pass near side to Buzzard. Buzzard behind the three-point line, has his entry pass still almost stolen. Wilson Lee saves him going out of bounds right into the hands of Buzzard. Now gives to Neely, top of the key, again between the rings. Left side to Neely, now to Clampett. Clampett fakes right, drives left, and we're going to have a foul on Jordan Reinhold. And that's going to send Neil Clampett to the line to shoot one in the bonus for the Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings are shoot free throws here these final 6 minutes, as we said, of this quarter, and that's Jordan's first, team's eighth.
You know, one thing that Coach Reinhold said in the pregame is we cannot come down and just chuck up a shot after one or two passes. We got to be patient. And we've seen a couple of trips down the floor where they bring it down and just shoot it quickly.
And that tends to have been a theme when they get down in games. Mm-hmm. You know, they're a lot easier for them to run offense, it seems like, when they're tied or when they're in the lead. But when they get down, they kind of give up the game plan a little bit and get in a hurry, and that only leads to more problems usually, because they're a better offense when they move the ball and get everybody involved. Most teams are, unless you're unconscious coming down. Most teams, the more time you make the defense play defense, the better shots you're going to get.
Holland, his pass is taken away by Wright. And by the way, Clampett hits both free throws. Ball loose from the floor. Wilson Lee picks it up. It's 27-13, Tippecanoe Valley. Turnover Vikings. Rochester has it going to our left. Holland on the wing. Spot up three over Neely on the way is good.
3 for Holland.
27-16. Lead is cut to 11 for the Zebras.
Alec has 10.
Vikings with the basketball. Wraparound pass from Neely to Buzzard. Right side to Clampett. Drives it left. Now to Buzzard in the corner to a wide open Neely. Three again is good. Somebody might want to climb into his jersey.
Maybe. That's 4. 4 for 5, Mr. Neely.
30-16, Tippecanoe Valley. Reinhold left wing. Now man-to-man defense again by the Vikings. Lee with the basketball against Neely. Sends left wing, and now we're going to have a legal screen on Reinhold. Anybody not have two?
Jordan has 2. Wilson Lee has 1. Ben Perez has 1. Gavin Bennett has 1. A.J. Knotts has 2. Brett Abbott has 1.
Under 5 to play in the first half, 30-16. Tippecanoe Valley leads the Vikings. After the Rochester turnover, the ball going to our right. Buzzard runs a point for the Vikings. Bounce pass in the corner to Neely. Now another legal screen. This time on the Vikings, and it'll be all whistled against Webster. Jake Nye comes in for the first time tonight, and Reinhold will sit down.
I think maybe the officials got new whistles for Christmas and want to try them out, or they think they're getting paid by the foul.
They work perfectly. 30-16, Tippecanoe Valley. 4:40 to play in the first half.
Let's just hope at halftime, as sometimes happens, they kind of talk about it, like, do we really want to,
we're going to be here until midnight.
Right.
Holland gets the pass. Shot blocked by Buzzard, picked up by Deshawn. Left-handed layup is good. Speaking about halftime, we're going to talk a little wrestling with Zebra head coach Clint Garr. That's coming up at the break. 30-18. Tippecanoe Valley, the ball in the lead. Wright steps back behind the three-point line against Wilson Lee. Now top of the key to Clampett. Right side to Buzzard. Buzzard with the basketball for the Vikings. 4:10 to play in the first half. Wraparound pass to Wright. Quickly to the baseline to Clampett. 15-footer left side. Goes down.
2 for Clampett.
Clampett has 7 just in this quarter. All 7 of his points in this quarter.
Nye has his pass tipped. Gavin Bennett comes over the back and grabs the ball, puts it up strong, no good. And the rebound to Tippecanoe Valley. Neely, or make that Buzzard, rips and runs. And he has his pass tipping away from behind, right into the hands of Holland. Alec Holland for 3, left wing. Nope. And the rebound to Clampett saves him going out of bounds, right into the hands of Neely. 32-18, Tippecanoe Valley. 3.5 to play in the first half. Clampett left side to right. Right thought about a three, pass it up, works against Lee in the man-to-man defense. Run dribble to his left, goes back to Buzzard. Now top to Neely in the right corner to Clampett. Clampett down low to Webster, backs his way in against a double team, and he's going to be fouled down low. And I'm going to say it's going to be one in the bonus. We'll wait to see.
Good fouls on 32. Gavin Bennett joins the 2-foul club. Team's 10th, so now they'll be shooting 2 the rest of the half.
Knott comes back into the game and Lee to come out. 3:20 to play in the first half. And back at the free throw line is Bryce Webster. Has he been there yet?
He has not.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Sorry, he's 2 for 2. Still no missed free throws in this game by either team.
And there's been a ton shot, in case you're just joining us. Webster has 2 for the Vikings. First one for the big man is no good.
Jinx works. Teams were combined 14 of 14, with 10 of those coming from Valley before that miss.
One more coming for Webster, the 6'4 sophomore. Eyes the second one, lets it fly, and no good again. Rebound by Webster. Gives to Clampett for 3. Nope. And the basketball is fought for and knocked out of bounds by the Zebras. It's going to stay with the Vikings.
That's just that's a killer possession, especially if they end up scoring, because you don't block out on a free throw, and then you almost gave up a kick-out 3, and now you still can't get the second rebound, and now they're going to the out of bounds.
And Dusenberry comes back in for the Vikings. It'll be Tippecanoe Valley basketball baseline right. Is that Buzzard out there? I think it is Buzzard.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. When it's free throws, that means the same as a tournament. You got to rebound that.
Buzzard looks to get it in. Bounce pass to Dusenberry. Left wing to Neely. Back to Dusenberry in the left baseline against Perez. Rochester 2-3 zone, or at least still in the man-to-man. Right for 3. No good. Long rebound comes to Deshaun. Zach Deshaun pushes left for the Zebras. 32-18, Tippecanoe Valley. High on the right side to Knott. Under 3 to play in the first half, and Knott's pass is taken away by Neely. Gives to Clampett. Clampett with the basketball. Outside to Neely. Valley crosses the timeline, now to right. Wide on the left wing for Tippecanoe Valley. And we're going to have a foul down low. Is that going to be on Perez or Dusenberry? What are we doing?
Oh, my gosh. I have no idea.
Well, the officials were arguing with the coaching staff at Tippecanoe Valley. What are we doing?
Ben has 2 now.
They have lost total control of this one, and there's still 2:43 to play in the first half.
It's called 17 fouls.
So Dusenberry at the line to shoot 2 for the Vikings, who lead 32-18. Dusenberry still perfect from the line.
Yes,
He's 7 of 7.
Yes, sir.
One more coming for the 6'2 junior. Contrary to popular belief, the paid entry is not to see the officials.
Somebody better send a memo to these guys.
Yeah,
I mean, one of my favorite lines when I'm coaching the girls is you wouldn't call that in a boys game. I would say you wouldn't call that in a girls game tonight. I mean, my goodness, as a coach, this has got to be fingernails on the chalkboard both ways. There's absolutely no flow, and the guys.
And what are you telling your kids on the bench?
Exactly.
I mean, you're not sure what a foul is at this point.
Right.
2:20 to play in the first half. Dusenberry, by the way, 2 for 2 on that trip. It's 34-18. Perez on the baseline. Over the top of the defense to Deshaun. Quickly to Nye. His 3 left wing for the Zebras is short. And the rebound to Ben Perez. Perez with the left elbow. Out to Knott. Swings quickly to Holland. Holland pull-up jumper from 15 feet is good, and it rattles home.
Holland now with 12. Really strong half for Alex.
12 of the 20. Under 2 to play in the first half. It's 34-20. Tippecanoe Valley leads. Neely the basketball. High on the left side to Clampett. Quickly in the corner to right. Right. Top to Buzzard. Wide open. Now Neely. Bounce pass to Dusenberry. Back to Buzzard. Left side now to Clampett. He'll take the 18-footer. It's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. I tell you what. Buzzard is really biding his time. He's going to take some of those shots because nobody is giving him any respect. 3 for Holland goes out of bounds off the side of the rim. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. He's going to go back to Tippecanoe Valley.
He was having a little trouble in their rotation, matching up and getting back in transition. They're leaving some of the shooters open.
I would think Buzzard would be a shooter.
I would think so.
I mean, we're not very far. We're not very close to him when he has the ball right behind the three-point line. Minute 20 to play. First half. 36-20. Tippecanoe Valley. Buzzard fakes the shot. Drives it left. Couple of dribbles. Now to Neely. Baseline to right. Wright against a double team. Just inside the arc on the right side. Quickly left side to Clampett. Now on the left wing to Buzzard. Buzzard's pass off the shoulder of Clampett, but Dusenberry there to pick it up. Now to Neely on the right side of the minute to play. Dusenberry outside. Clampett now to right. 3 left wing is off the back of the rim. No good. Reinhold grabs the board, and now we're going to have a foul on Wright. We're trying to grab that ball over the head of Reinhold, and Jordan will walk to the other end of the floor and shoot one in the bonus for Rochester. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Rochester head wrestling coach Clint Gard about their season to this point. So you want to join us for that. Alec Craig will check back in for the Vikings. He was on the bench for a long time. And Dusenberry will come out. 55 seconds to play first half. Vikings lead by 16 here at Rochester High School. Jordan Reinhold, the 6'3 sophomore at the line for one of the bonus. First on the way is good.
Well, one definite positive thing from last night is the Zebras are much better from the free throw line tonight. Yes, 5 for 5.
One more for Reinhold. Eyes the second one, lets it fly, and it's good again. 36-22.
6 for 6 tonight after 8 for 20 last night. So that's a good sign right there.
I agree. Right from Craig on the right wing. Dribbles between the rings, switches directions, now back to the right. To Buzzard. We're just daring Buzzard to shoot the ball. Now to Craig, left side.
He had a quiet night. He had 2 early, a 2-point shot early. He hadn't done much. He hadn't scored at all.
Clampett fakes, drives right, pull up from the elbow, goes in.
Clampett's the one that's been causing all kind of problems just this quarter.
Smooth, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got 11 in this quarter.
20 seconds to play first half. 16-point lead for Tippecanoe Valley at 38-22. Abbott looks to giving to Holland, but throws it behind him and out of bounds, so the Vikings will have the final shot of the half, up by 16.
Clampett has 11 this quarter. The Zebras as a team have 9.
Not to come in, and Reinhold will sit down. 10.7 to play in the first half. And
make sure you find Neely this time.
Yeah, Alec Craig across the timeline to 6. Top of the key with 5, drives the left to the wing. In the corner to Clampett with 3. Jumper with 2 is good for 3 at the buzzer. At halftime, Tippecanoe Valley leads by 19 at 41-22. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you.
Loving it.
And after going 8 for 20 from the free throw line last night, Zebras are 6 for 6 tonight.
Yes.
So obviously, though, I'm sure the attention was on the defensive end, probably in the halftime of the Zebras. Offense, yeah, it's kind of okay. I mean, 22 points, you know, they're not going to try to light it up, but cannot give up 41 points and a half.
We got to find the shooters, right?
Yep.
Defensively.
Defensive adjustments, definitely.
So the Vikings will start the basketball going to our left. Alec Craig gives the Buzzard on the right wing. He works against the man-to-man defense, and Gavin Bennett bounce past the right, top of the key, left side to Alec Craig. Craig with the basketball, held behind, above his head. Now to the center circle to Clampett, back to right on the right wing. Right around the defense, the Buzzard sends left side quickly to Craig. Now to Clampett on the left wing. Takes right, goes left. Over the top of the defense to Dusenberry. Now to right side to Buzzard. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. The consolation game of the Winning Edge Holiday Tournament. Clampett with the basketball against Lee, and Lee steals the basketball. Picked up by Bennett, who hands off to Reinhold. Rochester runs to our right. 41-22, down low to Perez. The entry pass is knocked out of bounds by Clampett. It'll stay with Rochester baseline right.
Good sign already. 2 fouls probably would have been called down there in the first half. So hopefully they did talk and say, hey, guys, let's let them play a little bit this half, because probably 2 fouls would have been called already if they would have called it that way.
Speaking of which, Stace, can you get those numbers?
Oh, the fouls?
Yes, please.
Jordan Reinhold has 2. Wilson Lee has 1. Ben Perez has 2. Gavin Bennett has 2. A.J. Knotts has 2. Brett Abbott has 1.
Okay. And we'll get the Tippecanoe Valley numbers here momentarily as Rochester has the ball right side. Holland to Reinhold on the right wing. Drives it hard to the basket. And he is fouled on the way there by Wright. It'll be out of bounds to The Rochester Zebras baseline right.
For Valley, Keith Wright has 2, Gavin Buzzard has 1, Jared Dusenberry has 2 fouls, Brandon Webster 2 fouls, and Bryce Webster 1 foul.
Reinhold to get it in, does to Holland. 3 right baseline on the way, short, and the rebound to Dusenberry. Gives off to Clampett. Tippecanoe Valley runs. Clampett on the left wing. Top of the key to Craig. Wide open 3 straight away. Nothing but the bottom of the net and barely moved, in fact.
Just to mention, talking and finding shooters, you didn't find probably the guy who's probably at the top of the scouting report, just coming down the top of the key.
Yeah.
2 wide open.
44-22. Tippecanoe Valley on top. Lee with the basketball against Craig. Bounce pass left side to Holland. And now we're going to have another illegal screen. That's the 3rd illegal screen called tonight.
Yeah, and that's going to be, speaking of 3, that's 3 fouls on Gavin Bennett.
I don't know if I've seen that many illegal screens called in a game before.
Yeah, maybe 1, 2 maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
Usually give one to the other team maybe, but yeah, and we still have basically a half to go.
44-22. Tippecanoe Valley with the basketball. Craig on the left wing against Holland. Dribbles to the top of the key. Can't find Dusenberry, but there's the pass to Dusenberry. Down low is good. Good look by Clampett. Good finish by Dusenberry, and it's 46-22.
In fact, Zebras got lost on the screen and roll. They screened, and then the screener ended up being wide open after they made one more pass. If they're switching, they didn't recover in time.
6:02 to play, 3rd quarter. Rochester the basketball on the far side as Reinhold has the basketball and goes to the baseline, loses the handle, but picked up by Craig. Alec Craig for the Vikings, middle of the floor. Craig at the free throw line, pull-up jumper on the way is short, and the rebound to Gavin Bennett. Quickly to Holland. Holland runs to our right. No look pass to Perez. Perez down low, rises up, shot at the window is good.
Nice catch, nice finish. Good to see Ben go strong. He kind of faded away in a couple moves in the first half. He's got to go back to going strong.
46-24. The Vikings with 5:38 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Alec Craig throws it out of bounds after he blew by Alec Holland.
Zebras down 22. I know we've said this before, but you got to just kind of chip away a little bit here. You get a score, get a stop, get a score again, and try to pack that together, claw back into it.
Man-to-man defense for the Vikings. Lee gives him the corner to Holland. Down low to Bennett. Backs his way in. Up, a shot over Dusenberry. No good. Gets his own rebound. The putback is no good. But a foul coming on Dusenberry. And that is going to send Gavin Bennett to the line to shoot 2.
Dusenberry's 3rd, team 2nd.
So Gavin Bennett at the line for the Zebras with 5:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's a 46-24 lead for Tippecanoe Valley, and Bennett misses his first free throw. He'll have one more.
Gavin has 4 points. He made his first 2 free throws, missed that one.
One more for the senior. Second one, no good. And Wright with the rebound. Vikings with the basketball going to our left, right through the center circle. 2-3 zone now by the, man-to-man defense by the Zebras. Lob pass to Dusenberry. Left block. Backs his way in against Perez. Out to right. Right side to Clampett. He thought about a 3 and passes it up. Drives to the baseline. And the pass is knocked out of bounds by Bennett. And stay with the Vikings baseline left. 3 minutes gone here in the 3rd. Vikings up by 22 at 46-24. Buzzard will look to trigger it in. Buzzard, bounce pass into Dusenberry, has his pass kicked away by Holland, and we'll try it again from the left baseline.
Could have almost called another illegal screen there. I mean, yeah, if you want to go by how they've been calling it, and as a coach, if you're going to call them, you got to stick to it. It's okay, but continue to call it.
Dusenberry gets the inbound pass.
Because you've been telling your guys now, hey, you got to watch on your screen.
Yeah.
Right? Both coaches have probably said that.
Craig gets to Dusenberry in the right wing behind the arc. Back to Craig, top of the key, left side to Clampett. Wide open 3, left wing. Good screen by Buzzard. Reinhold could not get around it in time, and Clampett buried another 3.
That's 17.
Bennett in the paint, rises up over Clampett. Good again. Gavin Bennett having a good game.
Yep, Bennett's got 6.
49-26. Bryce Webster will come in and try to stop Gavin Bennett in the paint. Craig at the left elbow. Pull up 15-footer is off the back of the rim. No good. Bennett grabs the board. Gives to Holland. Rochester runs 49-26 to Perez. And that gets the Reinhold, and they're going to say the pass is knocked out of bounds by Wright. It'll stay with the Zebras as Dusenberry comes out of the game. Bryce Webster back in for the Vikings.
Sure, Valley trying to rotate some fresh bodies on Bennett. As you said, give Bryce Webster a chance to bang on Bennett because he was taking advantage of Dusenberry, who has 3 fouls, couldn't play him as strong as Webster can. He only has 1.
Holland gets the inbound pass, drives it left hard, floater on the way, is off the mark, no good. Webster with the rebound, and Perez gets the reach-in foul whistled against him with 4:08 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Perez is 3rd. Him and Bennett each have 3.
Neely comes back into the game, and Alec Craig, who seems a little better at this point, comes out.
Yeah, I would say he's whatever got through him probably wasn't too bad, or at least got it up. He's looked okay. He's pretty good.
He got a little bit more color than he did at the beginning of the game. Valley with the basketball, baseline right. Is Buzzard out of the wing, top of the key to right, wide open three over Lee, good. 52-26. What did I tell you last night? Down low to Bennett. Bennett goes up hard. His basket is good.
Something about all those shots they missed last night wouldn't be missed tonight.
Yep. And they had great looks last night against Fairfield. They just couldn't get them to go down. They're going down tonight. 4 different players have hit threes for Valley. Clampett for three is short. Ball being tipped around. Holland comes out of there with it and pushes. Holland left side pass is tipped out of bounds by Buzzard. And nice recovery. Whoa, they're going to say that was off Jordan Reinhold.
It took him a long time before he decided. I wonder if he was making up his mind. I mean, before he signaled. You know, usually if a referee sees that, you're going to signal right away. He took about 5 seconds when the play was dead to signal one direction. And thankfully the officials get together. And the other guy, maybe a little bit better angle. Instead, I think we saw it the other way. So always good when they can confer. And
right. Yeah, they got it right.
Yep.
Holland with it, baseline right. Alex looks to get it in. 3:27 to play in the third. Bounce pass in to Perez. No make at the Wilson. Wilson goes up strong, hard. Misses the shot, and Buzzard to the rebound.
Beaver's getting some decent looks inside, just can't finish.
Yep.
I mean, they probably missed 10 baskets from inside 5 feet.
Buzzard loses the handle, tips it to Clampett. Down low to Webster, taken away by Holland. Rochester runs to our right. 52-28, Tippecanoe Valley. 3:07 to play in the third. Lee. Now to Reinhold. Goes to the right wing. Now to Holland against Buzzard. Holland works the right baseline. Skip pass across the floor to Abbott is back in the basketball game. Abbott goes hard to the basket. His jumper is off the glass and good.
First 2 for Abbott for the game.
Boy, he went hard there.
Yep.
Took 2 steps across the lane and put it in off the glass.
You know, that was his strength last couple of years. They need that. He's the one guy that can create his own shot or create some offense by driving to the paint.
2:35 to play, third quarter, 52-30. Neely for three. Yepper. Trevor Neely is about his 4th or 5th three.
Fifth. He's got 15. All of them are threes.
Neely coming off, makes that Clampett at 14 last night for the Vikings. And Gavin Bennett's found in the lane. His shot goes in. He'll go to the line to shoot one.
Yep, that's good. Fouls on Webster.
Which one?
Webster or Bryce Webster,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, between Duesenberry and Bryce Webster, they have 5 fouls. I bet you Bennett's drawn all 5 of them.
Yeah, that's probably right, yeah. Bennett at the line for 1 free throw to try to complete the 3-point play. Senior does not, and the rebound to Clampett.
He does have double figures, though. He joins Alec. Bennett does have 10, and Alec's still on 12.
Buzzard out to Neely, wide open right wing three is off the mark, no good. And the rebound fall for Bennett comes out of there with it. Now to Reinhold. Boy, Gavin is working hard.
He's had a good weekend. You know, regardless of what the scoreboard might say for the team, he's done really well this weekend. Or I guess these 2 games. Feels like a weekend, but it's not.
On the drive, Reinhold is fouled by Brandon Webster. And back into the game comes Heckman for Tippecanoe Valley. Gavin Bennett will come out. And Perez back in for Rochester. Bryce Webster to sit down for the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. 2 minutes to play in the third. The Vikings lead by 23. Perez gets the inbound pass and has his pass taken away by Buzzard. Buzzard gives to Webster and hands off to Clampett. Clampett across the timeline left. Oh, boy. At the free throw line, pulls up for the jumper. It is short. Well, we got away with one there. Now Nye with the basketball.
Yep, lost a couple guys in transition, especially shooters. Never want to do that.
Reinhold with the basketball. Pass down low to Perez. Fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, I noticed when Bennett...
Oh, he was shooting. Good heavens. No shot will be out of bounds to Rochester.
You know, as Gavin came out, he looks really exhausted because he's worked so hard.
Yeah.
As a coach, that's exactly when you want to take somebody out. If I take you out of the game, I want you to be completely exhausted. Make us take you out because you work so hard, and that's a good sign. Need more guys like that.
Holland gets the pass from Abbott, rises up and puts it off the glass from 5 feet, and it's 55-34, 90 seconds to play in the third.
Holland's got 14, playing really well.
Championship game tonight is Fairfield and Northwood here at Rochester High School. Heckman on the baseline to Neely. Gives to a cutting Buzzard. Layup is good off the left side of the glass. And it's 57-34. And Gavin, boy, he didn't get much of a break, did he? He's coming back in. Ball's tipped away. Ball's loose. Abbott sitting out of bounds. Tips it back into Holland, but it's going to be out of bounds to Tippecanoe Valley on the far side.
Great attempt by Brett. Just kind of, he probably wasn't on it by much, but he was. But great attempt and great effort by Brett.
Let's see. Wright back into the game. Also Craig back into the game for Tippecanoe Valley. Lee back in. Brett Abbott will come out. Minute 6 to play in the third. 57-34 Tippecanoe Valley. Clampett gets the inbounds pass from Buzzard. Clampett through the center circle. Rochester to man-to-man defense. Right wing pass to Neely. He's had a big night. Gives to a cutting Craig. High off the glass. Shot no good. Craig takes it away to put it back up. Good and a foul. You kidding me? Shoulders not even square to the basket. Knew he's going to get fouled and just kind of threw it up. And it went in.
Oh, by the way, Ben just picked up his fourth. Perez has 4 fouls. Team's third.
I think he got it in the nose, too.
And Alec Craig now has 8 points.
Craig at the line for 1. Free throw is good. It's 60-34 Tippecanoe Valley. 54 seconds to play in the third quarter. A.J. Knott will come back into the game for the Zabres the next dead ball. Holland fakes the pass left down to Perez. Perez in the lane, kicks it out to Holland on the right side. Pull-up jumper from the elbow extended is no good, and we're going to have a rebound foul down low. Is that going to be on Craig?
Valley, I think. Yeah.
Jake Nye had good position down low, and it will be Alec Craig's foul. He came up over the back of, I believe he shoved Nye down low.
It was good to see Jacob Nye block out on the offensive end. I say that all the time. You know, there's not a rule that says you can only block out on the defensive end.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. Don't just settle for being inside position. Get a body on somebody even on the offensive end. Create some space and get more room to get your and one or attempt at a foul too.
Bennett gets the inbounds pass, rises up, puts it in for 2. Gavin Bennett has 2 more, and it's 60-36. And now Rochester in a little man-to-man full-court press. And Buzzard will walk up through the timeline.
Gavin has 8 just this quarter, 12 for the game. He also missed 3 free throws this quarter. He could have 11 points this quarter if he made
you're right.
free throws.
Having a good game. Right side to Buzzard. 18 seconds to Craig. And now we're going to have a Tippecanoe Valley timeout. It is a 30. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
30 seconds. Vikings timeout.
.7 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Vikings lead 60-36. And after their timeout, they'll have the basketball going to our left. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. Consolation game in the Winning Edge Holiday Tournament. And like we've said many times before, the way it is right now, this format's going to end after the night.
Yep, getting whole new teams and probably a shootout format, maybe a classic. I don't know if it's 1 day or 2 days. Coach Reinhold's still working on that, but see probably a fresh set of teams come in here.
Neely for 3 is partially blocked. Wilson Lee picks it up. Stolen by Wright. His jumper to buzzer's no good. After 3, Tippecanoe Valley leads 60-36. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. final quarter we go here in the consolation game in the Winning Edge Holiday Tournament, where the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings lead the Zebras by 24 right now. It's 60-36. And Rochester will start the fourth period of the basketball. Jake Nye will run the point for Rochester. He'll work against Alec Craig. Left wing pass to Lee. Top to Holland at the volleyball line. Drives it right against Heckman. Outside to Nye. 3 over. Craig is no good. Rebound fault forward. Nye comes out of there with it. Foul on the shot by Duesenberry. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Way to go, Jacob Nye, to stick with it and try to create something off the dribble and then stay with it off the miss. Get rewarded with a free throw attempt. Foul is going to be on Duesenberry. That's his 4th. Team 7th. So Zebras will be shooting free throws this entire quarter. As we said, much better than they were last night.
Yeah. Nye's free throw is good. Buzzard comes back into the game for the Vikings, and Duesenberry, like Tony said, with 4 fouls, comes out. And one more coming for Jake Nye. 17 seconds gone in this quarter. The Vikings lead 60-37. Nye eyes the second one, and this one is no good. Hangs on the rim, and the Vikings pull it down. Clampett gives to Craig. Craig quickly down the floor, goes all the way to the basket before the shot. He's fouled. On the way there, it'll be out of bounds to Tippecanoe Valley, baseline right.
Jacob Nye's first, team's 4th.
Buzzard will look triggered in baseline right. Buzzard over the top of the defense to Neely. Craig in the corner to Clampett. Wide open 3 is good. Wide open 3.
Yeah. Many of their threes, unfortunately, have been pretty wide open.
You're right. The only one that's contested, really, is the one that was blocked over there in the corner.
Right.
Bennett gets the entry pass from Wilson. He rises up off the glass too hard. Deshawn's putback on the way is good. Zach Deshawn, an offensive putback. And it's 63-39.
Kind of like we said last night, you know, Coach is always looking for somebody to get a spark. Who's going to keep playing hard? Who's going to jump in and get an opportunity? And, you know, Nye and Deshawn have had a good start to this quarter.
Heckman against Deshawn in the corner to Buzzard. Passes up a 3. Gives to Craig. And Craig drives, fouled on the drive, and it'll be out of bounds to Tippecanoe Valley with just under 7 to play in the game, with the Vikings leading 63-39.
Jacob Nye picks up his 2nd foul. He's 5th.
Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. Our next broadcast will be Monday night, as the Rochester guys will travel to Lewis Cass to battle the Kings. 3-point shot by Clampett is no good. Nye with the board. Out to Holland. Quickly in the corner to Deshawn. He loses it out of bounds, and the Vikings going to get it back.
You said that's that Cass, right?
It is. And then on Tuesday night, the Rochester Lady Zebras are home, and they'll play the North Judson Lady Blue Jays.
What do you think? See, we've got football semifinals tomorrow. What do you think? What do you got? First game is
I like
Clemson,
Oklahoma.
I like Clemson.
And I like Alabama.
Hard to pick against Alabama, but I'm kind of rooting for Michigan State.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But anytime you have an SEC behind your name, as Auburn did to Memphis today, I mean...
And especially with Ohio State losing to a Big Ten team last year, you think Alabama would have... But we'll see. I mean, I think it's a great matchup. Both. I think you can make a case for all 4 teams.
I agree. I agree with that. And I think I'll probably take Alabama to win the whole thing. Wilson Lee steals the basketball, goes to the right wing, and picks up his dribble. He's down low to Bennett. Ball's loose in the lane. Bennett grabs it in the lane, throws up a tough shot off the glass, no good, and the rebound to Heckman. Heckman to the basketball, and now we're going to have a tie-up, and it's going to go back to the Vikings.
I'm just not sure that there's ever been the #1 undefeated team basically kind of be written off in the playoffs, so to speak. Everybody's kind of fallen in love with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Everybody just, because of the SEC, I think, thinks Alabama. You know, they're just used to picking them, and they have played so well. But, you know, like I said, it's an interesting matchup, both games. If you make a case, it wouldn't surprise me, maybe 4 of them to win it.
No, I agree with that. And what Michigan State did there at the end of the...
Yeah.
We must have an injured official. Yep, I think he pulled something as we're going to have him check out, and the official that's going to do the second game will come in. So it looks like he is nursing that right leg as the official, and the trainer are going to take a look at him, and he'll come off the floor. But you're right. Like I was saying, I thought during that Big Ten game was fantastic, the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah. And I think he got them right. I think it was clear cut who the best 4 teams were by the end of the year.
I agree.
For all the arguing they do in all those weeks leading up to it, just let everything play out, and everything played out I think the way it's supposed to.
Neely puts it in from 10 feet away, and the Vikings now up 65-39. Holland goes to the baseline. Finger roll off the side of the rim is good.
16 for Allen.
65-41. 5:20 to play in the basketball game. The Vikings in the basketball. Craig through the center circle. Left corner to Neely. Neely's had a big night from behind the arc. Feeds down low to Buzzard. Kicks it out to Wright. Wide open 3, top of the key. Good.
Wright's hit a couple threes here in this second half. He's got 6.
68-41. Deshaun to the baseline. Pass tip. Wilson Lee there to get it on the right wing. Lee drives it right hard against Neely, and we're going to have a foul. No. Nope. Yep, you're right. Another screen, another illegal screen on the Zebras.
4 for Bennett. If you have the over of moving screens tonight, you won.
Yes.
I'd say moving screens in any typical high school game, the over is probably 1.5.
And I would have taken the under.
Yeah.
5 minutes to play in the basketball game. 68-41. Tippecanoe New Valley. Alec Craig on the right side of the floor gives to Neely. How many points does Trevor Neely have tonight?
He has 17.
Right.
5 threes and 1 2.
Alec Craig for 3, top of the key, partially blocked. And the rebound to Brian Holt. Jordan through the center circle for Rochester. Drives it right hard. Now to Holland. 3 over Neely. That is no good. Well, that looked good. Hit the side of the rim. And clamp it with a rebound. 4:23 to play in the game. The Vikings lead here at Rochester High School, 68-41. And Coach Patrick will use a timeout. It will be a 60. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Here's your number 5, William Leonard.
To play in the game. The Vikings lead the Rochester Zebras 68-41.
You know, one thing I think about that Final Four tomorrow is I'm glad I like it on New Year's Eve. I like being home anyways, and it gives you something to do. I don't have to watch those fake countdown New Year's Eve shows.
Yep. You know, let's tell me that you're telling me that with 5 and 7, 3 5 and 7 teams in the bowls this year, there are no other 6 and 6 teams or 7 and 5 teams out there to invite to that bowl?
Oh, no, they couldn't. They have, 82 bowl teams, and they were 3 short of winning teams or 6 and 6. That's why they had to take 3 5 and 7 teams. There weren't that many to go around.
You know, one of the guys I was listening to on ESPN says, you know what? The problem with that is it's like giving a trophy to every participant.
But one of the 5 and 7 teams won. Nebraska was 5 and 7 and beat UCLA, who, quote unquote, the Pac-10 power conference.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's a money grab.
Yeah.
When in doubt, follow the money.
Right at the line to shoot 1 in the bonus. As that foul coming on Wilson Lee, right left-handed free throw is good. And coming in for the game for the first time is going to be Jake Gearhart.
Of course, definitely looking forward to New Year's Day afternoon with the Irish and the Buckeyes. Really looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Right with the basketball.
It's only been 22 years since the Irish have won a New Year's Day bowl.
I don't give them much chance this year either.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or next year at this point. Ryan Holt with the basketball. Now to Abbott, top of the key. Brett right back to Jordan. Down low to Deshaun, back to Jordan. 3, right baseline for the Zebras. Off the mark, no good. Abbott with a rebound. Brett down low against a double team. Rises up, shot blocked from behind. Wright has it on the rebound. Splits the double team and runs for the Vikings. Wright, left side of the floor. And he is, drilled. No call. Deshaun hit him hard. I think Wright's a little woozy. Gives to Abbott now. Abbott throws his prayer up. It's no good. Wilson Lee with the rebound. Leading the lane, rises up from 10 feet. It's off the back of the rim and in.
4 now for Wilson Lee.
Wright was thrilled. 69-43. Tippecanoe Valley with 3:18 to play in the game. Neely, left side of Heckman. Heckman to the basketball, bounce pass to Wright. Wright. And now we're going to have a travel by Wright. And coming back into the game is Webster. And also into the game, well, I don't have that young man on the roster.
Who's that?
I don't, 50.
Yeah,
I'm guessing your roster and my roster are probably the same.
Since you wrote it out? Yeah.
3 minutes to play in the game. 69-43 Tippecanoe Valley. Abbott on the right wing. Abbott picks up his dribble, now gives to Liam Leininger's in the game for the first time tonight for the Zebras.
It could be where you throw in, they don't call you the best colored man in the business for nothing.
Exactly. Deshaun fakes the three, drives the baseline, pull-up jumper, and we're going to have a foul. Is that going to be on the shot or before? Nope, it'll be on the shot.
Sean's going to go to the free throw line. I think that foul is going to be on Wright. His third. Zach Deshawn's going to go to the line for the first time tonight. He does have 4 points. First time to the line.
Like I said, next broadcast will be Monday night, the 4th, with the Rochester Zebras traveling to Walton to battle the Lewis Cass Kings, a really good Lewis Cass King team. And we'll have that broadcast for you, followed by the Rochester Lady Zebras and North Judson here on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that game got moved. You know, it had always been the night of when we played North Miami. So whether it was to get a back-to-back, because the boys played North Miami Friday night, and they always played Lewis Cass on that Saturday. Not sure why it was moved.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not sure I like it on a Monday right before you go back to school out for Christmas break.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good following both ways on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree. Reinhold for three, right wing. Nope. Rebound to Wright. Tippecanoe Valley the basketball, leading 69-44 with 2:35 to play in the game. Wright with the basketball, top of the key, gives to Gearhart now on the right wing. Jake Gearhart has it stolen by Reinhold. Jordan, middle of the floor. Jordan goes to the line, a finger roll off the rim, no good. And the rebound by Tippecanoe Valley. Wright has it now on the outlet pass. 2:20 to play.
I'd like to see him go a little more authoritative, I think, on that one. You know, so I see Jordan finish feel more aggressive. He's been kind of passive through these last couple games. You know, he had that spell where he's looking for a shot more. I think they need, going forward, I think they need to get a little bit more out of him.
Webb throws a short jumper, it's no good, and Deshawn to the rebound. 2 minutes to play in the game. 69-44 Tippecanoe Valley. Abbott goes to the right baseline, throws up a shot, it's good off the window.
4 for Abbott for the game.
100 seconds to play in the game. 69-46 Tippecanoe Valley. And Heckman will come back into the game for the Vikings. And we're going to have a foul, the shot, and good.
Foul going to be on Liam Leininger, his first, team's 8th. And the bucket goes to number 44.
Heckman comes back into the game for the Vikings, and Bryce Webster will come out. Minute 39 to play in the game. 71-46 Tippecanoe Valley.
Here we go. Thank you. Our friends at WRSW, that's Dakota Parker.
And his free throw is good as he completes a three-point play.
I wonder if that's a relation to Rebecca Parker. A lot of the Parkers here at Valley are related.
Could be. You're right. Abbott down little Leininger. Throws a shot up, short. Heckman comes out of there with it. Knocked away and out of bounds by Leininger. And the Vikings going to get it back with a minute 26 to play in the basketball game.
I think number 50 looks like Wes Melanson.
Works for me. Right with the basketball against Deshawn. High on the right side of the minute 15. 72-46. Tippecanoe Valley basketball. Parker to Gearhart. Bounce pass to Wright. Right left wing. Back to Gearhart. 3 straight away for the Vikings. Off the back of the rim, no good. And Heckman to the rebound. Heckman is then fouled by Brett Abbott, and he'll go to the line to shoot one of the bonus.
Fouls on Brett. His second. New Year's resolutions. I know one I'm going to make. Some help for Zebra athletes, particularly in the senior class.
Yes.
It's been a tough year. I'd like to see all these Zebra teams and all the winter sports and spring sports to come get some good breaks with health in 2016.
Free throw no good, and then Wilson Lee knocks the rebound out of bounds. We'll stay with Tippecanoe Valley. A minute play the game. And coming back into the game will be Jake Nye, and Brett Abbott will check out with 4 points. Minute to play, 72-46 Tippecanoe Valley. The Vikings going to run their record to 3-6 overall. Rochester's going to fall to 1-7. Wright with the basketball. High on the right side to Parker. Now to Heckman. Heckman against Deshaun. Rounded pick to right on left wing. 50 seconds. And then Wilson Lee picks up a foul. And that's going to send Wright to the line to shoot 2 for the Vikings.
If they're playing hockey, it'd be a great move, but fouling basketball. Kevin Wright going to go to the line. He's got 8 points. All coming here in the second half.
He has one more. He has an opportunity to go to doubles. How many are in doubles?
Let's see. Craig's got 9. Clampett's got 17. Dusenberry's got 10. Neely's got 17. Sorry, Clampett's got 20. And now Wright joins double figures with 10.
74-46. 45 seconds to play in the basketball game. Nye directs traffic on the left wing. Down low to Lee. Wilson Lee float on the way is no good, but a foul coming on Heckman. And that's going to send Lee to the line to shoot 2 for the Zebras.
Wilson going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's got 4 points.
39.8 to play in the game. Wilson Lee at the line to shoot 2 for the Z's. First one on the way for the senior is no good. Bounce on the rim 3 times and falls off. He'll have one more. Well, fortunately, this one doesn't count for the conference. Correct one for Lee is no good, and Gearhart for the Vikings with the rebound. Bounce pass to Heckman, gives ahead to Wright, 35. Wright picks his way through the defense. Now to Gearhart on the left wing with 28. Back to Wright, high on the right side to Heckman with 24. Heckman with the basketball, top of the key. Flips the defense to Wright, to Gearhart with 19. Back to Wright, high on the near side near the scores table with 17 seconds.
The Lewis Cass boys lost tonight at Bankers Life Fieldhouse against Tipton 53-45. Need for them to be able to play down there.
8 seconds. Gearhart bounce pass to Wright with 5. And that'll do it. The final in the first game of the holiday tournament, in the consolation game, I should say, goes to Tippecanoe Valley over Rochester, 74-46. Post-game show coming up next, 92.1 WROI.